Welcome back, welcome back. This is still Why in the Morning. In case you're joining us, you just missed our banter. Kidogo too, but this is the first conversation of the day, so you're still on time, however you look at it. And we are on to youth and career. Now, leo we want to talk about youth empowerment. So how exactly do can youths empower themselves, or how can people empower the youths? What do the youths need to do to align themselves with purpose, career, and everything in between? For that, we are joined by Y254 Arunga, who's a pastor, also a youth mentor. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Glad to have you with us.
I'm also happy to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us, me, I know you personally, and they should know that I So it feels like, it's good because I feel like we are having a good conversation with someone, Najwa. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey, especially with the youths.
Okay. First, I want to thank you again for inviting me here. My name is Philip. Of course, you know me. My journey with the youth started when I was a teenager. I was in and out of high school, so there was a time I was outside high school for a very long time because of school fees, so I started volunteering in my community, just going to primary schools and helping where I can, and sometimes the teachers will, give me assignments to do in the classroom. And that's how my journey started. I didn't know that I'll ever be a youth pastor. I was just doing it because I had nothing to do, and that was the only thing I could do. So that's where my journey started, and this far I've come.
Okay. So for you, Ilianza, you having trouble with the high school, kulipa fee and everything?
Yeah.
So ukajituma ukaenda?
Nikajituma kwa ma primary school zile zilikuwa tu around hapo Buru. So by that, I didn't know that God was actually molding me to be one day a youth pastor, Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And as a youth pastor, how hard or how easy is it? Dealing with youth, it's one thing, it can be tough sometimes with young people.
Yeah, actually, it's hard, but it's fun, because all of us have been youth and we've gone through that stage in life. One of the most challenging things is just sometimes when you get to advise your young people the right thing and you find them doing the wrong thing. But you see, that's why grace comes. That's why there's grace. That's why you give them an opportunity to learn from their mistake and grow.
Okay.
And embrace them with love, because I have been there, I've made mistakes in my life. And there were people who gave me opportunities to continue and to mentor me. So I also see that it's better for me to just give other people opportunities just like the way I was given.
Yeah.
But as I show them the right direction, yeah.
Okay, so you have the grace to deal with the youth and also just to mentor them and show them the right way.
Yeah.
And so how has it been for you, the journey? I know that there's a time you were in the US still and then you came back and whatnot. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was, after I finished high school now, I was able to serve in my community, Buruburu. I started volunteering at SOS, Buruburu. I used to go there and help young people homework. Little did I know that I'll be connected to this wonderful organization like Kenya Youth for Christ. I went there and I started serving, and we used to go to primary schools and high schools. Then after that, I was given an opportunity to work with Word of Life International, but based in Kabete, but there's another one in Mombasa. So I was working there as a counselor. Then one day I was walking in my neighborhood, Buru, and I just met a friend who gave me an opportunity to apply a job in the US.
Wow.
He told me, there's a job for the youth in the US, apply it. So I applied it. I didn't know if I'll be taken, but somehow God in his own way, I was taken. So I went to US to work first in a non-governmental organization. And that's how I landed in US, and I got an opportunity to study there, yeah.
All right, so one thing, your whole life led to the other.
Yeah.
And now the youths, back to the youths, tunaambiwanga Gen Z. I actually identify with myself with a millennial. I'm not sure niko millennial or Gen Z, but I think millennial. Mostly Gen Z. wanaambiwanga popcorn generation or instant coffee because they want things very fast. Do you agree with this?
Personally, I don't agree with this because there's a Chinese proverbs that says a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And all of us, we know that life is progressive. So I believe that they should have their own journey. They should not be quick to just get things fast. They should be willing to wait, to be patient, because hii generation najua ni ile generation ya wamepata vitu mingi sana zikihappen, vitu kama internet, media, WhatsApp, Facebook. Siku zetu hata hatukuwa na email. But each generation, there are so many things that are happening very fast, and the world is moving very fast. During our time, you know, we used to spend many hours playing. This generation spend most time at home. This is the generation that wants money very fast. So I believe that they should appreciate the progress. There's a quote that says that it's better to enjoy the progress of that journey so that you may appreciate it. So I believe that they should appreciate the progress. They should not just want things very fast,
Pole pole, because even with work, when it comes to looking for opportunities, you want work and you want to be a millionaire almost instantly. You know, if it's not giving you money, then you quit and look for another, yet there are no opportunities as much. So you're telling them they need to be patient.
Patience with life.
Okay.
Kwa sababu unajua, one of the thing about life is if you don't enjoy every stage of your life. Now usipo enjoy your process, your God amekupatia, sometimes you get things very fast and they mess you up. They mess you up. You can get money at a very young stage, and it's not bad to do that. But you just enjoy the process of growing, the process of working, the process of doing internship. You know, those things really helps a lot in life.
All right. What is the place of youth empowerment? Who should empower the youth?
I think the people who should empower the youth are anyone who has been given an opportunity to work with the youth. Because it's not just us pastors who works with the youth. But the young people, the teenagers actually is the biggest percentage in our country right now. We have more teenagers than youth and even adults. And these teenagers, some of them are finishing high school at 17 years. Some of them are finishing high school at 18 years. So the people who should empower the youth, apart from pastors, it should be anyone who has been given the privilege to just work with the youth in any aspect of life by giving them opportunities.
I wanted to ask you how exactly do they empower the youth?
You give them opportunities. Like as a teens and the youth pastor, one of the things that I do, in the teens committee, it is the teens who are running it. And in the youth committee, it is the youth who are running it. So I am just there to, you know, advise where it's needed, but I allow them to come up with their own ideas to do their own thing, come up with their own ideas to run the youth and the teens church. Give them opportunities to express themselves. Like every Sunday in our church, we give the teenagers an opportunity to say something at the altar. We give them opportunity to dance. We give them opportunity to sing. You know, we have games. You know, you empower them by giving them opportunities. You give them the stage. So you is to just, you know, tell them that this place, maybe you could have done it better, or maybe next time when you're doing this, you can avoid this. So you empower them by giving them opportunities in church, in the community. We go to schools in our community. We go to high schools, and we have ex-can who they're going to the community, and I'm just there. Now they're the ones running the show. They go to these classes and they empower other young people. And when young people see young people empowering them,
they also feel
like they get more excited, and they can't wait to come out of school.
Wow, amazing. So basically give them the opportunity to lead as you guide them. So how does leadership look like? You know, some people believe that, you know, I'm not born a leader, you know, so I can't, you know, there are people to lead. So how do you direct them to know that you can actually be a leader, that anyone can be a leader?
Number one, there are different kinds of young people that comes to your life. Some already have it, they have the gift, and some, you know, they're shy and they don't know how they have that potential. So in my criteria of how I empower the youth, I do not discriminate. I try to involve everyone despite of their personality and their character and their exposure in life. So one of the things that I do, for those who are shy, I keep on encouraging them to do something small, you know, like being an usher, start with ushering. For those who are vibrant, I give them opportunities. Opportunities like, for example, if I'm not there, I tell them you can lead if I'm not there. So one of the things that you do, you make sure that every young person who comes to your church does not feel like they are not nobody. They have to feel like they are somebody.
Yeah,
so you push them slowly, and as you push them slowly, you guide them. You know, everybody in life has to have a mentor. Even me, I have mentors in life. You guide them, and sometimes they make mistakes. Sometimes they make mistakes. They don't do what they're supposed to do, but you're not there to rebuke them. You're just there to direct them and give them advice and encourage them. And they're not supposed to see as if you are there to guide them as if, they don't know what they're doing. Sometimes in life, you just give them people opportunities to do something, and then they grow through it. They grow through it. Like I said, one step at a time. As time goes by, you find like even themselves, they're critiquing themselves.
Yeah.
They evaluate themselves. So one of the things that I do is just be there to, help them and guide them and encourage them to read books. If I see you are good at this field, I encourage you to read books. If I see you're good in leadership, I give you more opportunities in leadership.
Okay.
If I see you're good in singing, I encourage you, apart from singing, you can even play guitar, you can play piano. So I encourage you in the area of your gifting, but above all, I just want everyone to grow.
Wow.
That is the most important thing.
Wow, amazing. Now, the youths, kuna mwenye atakuwa tu na someone at home, maybe they don't even go to church, but what is the purpose, some importance of having a mentor, where you guide them and everything? So why is it important for a youth or a teenager out there to have someone like that in their life?
Yeah, it's important to have a mentor in your life. Personally, when I got saved, I hooked up with some people in church, people who are just coming to visit me, to know about my faith, and they never gave up on me. And to some level, I used to think that they were so much on my case. Unajua wale wasi wanakuvisit mpaka una feel, hey, kwani what's up? Ni nini? But mentors are important because mentors know more. Probably they have gone through the same things that you have gone through, and probably they don't want you to make mistakes. And mentors can be even your parents if they're helping you to do the right thing. Can be even your brothers and sisters, people that you look up to. And many youth actually, they look up to people in the world as their mentors.
True.
Yeah, they look at some musicians,
Socialites.
So people who are just famous, most of them, even in church. So what you do is tell them it's good to have mentors, but you most of the time, even mentors make mistakes, but most of the time get the positive out of these people. Because there are many people in our society who are hardworking. There are many people in our society who speak well and they want to admire how they speak, preach well. Probably people who are gifted in other extracurricular things like sports. And the youth are looking up to these people. So it's important for you, as much as you're a pastor, you don't just force them like you can be their mentor, but you just help them to see values and virtues where they can get from, and despite of who they are, what can they get from these people to help them succeed in life.
Okay.
But you, of course, as you teach them the word, if you teach them the principles of the word, as you engage them in discipleship, I know these young people will do the right thing.
Yeah, all right. We have talked about people that associate with youth, empowering them.
Yeah.
If they start pushing them forward and everything. But can the youth themselves empower themselves?
Yes, youth can empower themselves.
How?
Youth can empower themselves. One of the things about life is you need to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you will be in a community or an environment where people don't believe in you, or probably just things are not good, you know. And there are people who grow up in these communities. When I was working in the US, I was working in that organization that I was working in called Urban Promise. We used to help young people in the poorest neighborhood in the US. And some of them were doing drugs. Some of them were dropouts out of high school. And I could see most of these young people didn't have mentors. Even their own parents didn't have mentors. So the programs, when they used to come to the programs, they used to see as something positive through these programs. And one of the things is you most of the time you're with them maybe for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So one of the things is you just love them and unconditionally and tell them, you know, you are good, you are great, there's something good in your life.
Just reassuring them.
Yeah, so you can't be with them 100% because you're teaching them in the program, they go back to the neighborhood, and some of your kids, you find them actually doing drugs in the community. I remember one time one of the youth came with a gun.
Where?
In the program, you know. And these are young people, you know, the way we watch movies here in Kenya. In the States, these things are real.
They are real. You know, people, children go to school with guns.
Yeah, so when you speak positive into these young people and you make them believe in themselves, somehow when young people are told that, they start believing in themselves. They start believing that, you know, something good that can come out of me.
Okay.
Yeah, something good can come out of me. Let me just tell this story. One time we met this guy who was doing drugs when I was in the States. And this person, all that he ever knew was drugs because his father did drugs, his mother, grandparents did drugs, his great-grandparents did drugs.
Wow, so his environment is all about drugs.
And he has gone to, you know, he has spent most of his time in jail. So he had come out and we met him in the street. I met a friend of mine who was talking to him. And when my friend was talking to him, he spoke something positive out of his life. And the guy started crying. He says, no one has ever told me that I can change, that something good can come out of me. No one has ever told me that I can do great things. And I believe that only by just telling that person that something good can come out of you and you can do great things, made that person.
Made a difference. Wow, amazing. So now, how for a youth out there or a teenager wondering how they can discover or tap into the potential is untapped talent and everything. So how do they get to that bit of themselves that they don't know about to empower themselves, basically? How do they discover their potential?
Yeah, you discover your potential. You discover your potential. One of the ways that you discover by your potential, like I said, is one, you believe in yourself.
Okay.
Like I didn't know what to do when I was in and out of high school. But I felt like I should go to the community and do something. And when I went to that school, the teachers who received me there, they were able to give me opportunities and chances to just help young people homework. I started in class 3, then to class 4. And that young person who is at home probably, and that person who is listening to me this morning, and probably no one has ever told them that they have potential. There's a lot of potential in you, and there are many opportunities around you. And those opportunities are just in your neighborhood. Those opportunities are in this country. Those opportunities, maybe even they're in that house. What you need to do is to just look at what can you do, even by just starting reading a book. You know, I never used to love reading books. Someone gave me a book by Ben Carson, Think Big. When I started reading that book, that is called Think Big, to be honest, I realized how much potential I had. So one of the things is to just look at small opportunities, things that you can do in your home, things that you can do in your community, things that you can do even in your neighborhood, can help you discover your potential.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
What I'm getting is that they believe themselves first, and then they look for these opportunities, even if that means volunteering.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for many youths, I must say, when we have a lot of guests coming in on career and everything, they say that youths don't want to do any job for free, any as long as they're not getting paid for it, even for an internship or attachment. Some would say I'm nalipa fare and everything, so I need to get something out of it. So why is it important to just get yourself out there and volunteer, even if you're not getting anything, other than just staying at home?
Yeah. Most youth, like we said, they want quick money. They want quick money. And there are those who see celebrities, some of our celebrities who probably they never went through university and they've already succeeded, and they think that they can just, finish high school or drop out of high school, even university. There are some people that I know who have dropped out of university thinking that they'll just get rich like that. Our lives and journeys are different. And I will tell the young people who are watching this morning is that what you can do is take advantage of the things that God brings in your life, and don't try to hurry in life. Usijaribu kuanza tu ku make things to work, zifanyike haraka haraka. Ile kitu unaweza do, ile kitu mtu anaweza fanya, and it's very, very important, is to just work, volunteer, and money will come.
Money will follow.
I got my first salary first. I used to volunteer. I got my first salary when I was 22 years, and I was in abroad. That was my first salary. So from the time I finished school, I used to volunteer. Even in Kenya for Christ, we were volunteering. Word of Life, we were volunteering. And how money used to come my way, I don't know. Sometimes people would just, bless me with money because they saw what I was doing. But I got my first salary in that non-governmental organization in abroad. And I was like, God, you mean that one day I knew that I'll be here getting this first salary,
and abroad, for that matter.
So kuna time nili hustle, kuna time I used to walk, going to these communities, schools. Sometimes I'll be in church, walking to Hospital Hill to just go and mentor young people.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll even walk from here to Buru, because I had the passion and the desire. And some people used to see what I will do, and they just came in and helped. But patience pays.
Okay.
Patience pays. Just volunteer, be patient. Don't let your passion, let your desire be
drive you
to change lives, not to earn money. Money will come, and like I want to be rich, but money will come. Yeah.
Okay. Would you put that as purpose? Following purpose, and then money will follow. And now, for someone who doesn't know purpose, what does it mean for them, and how does that help giving a direction in their life?
Yeah, that is one critical area that disturbs the youth and many people. The earlier you discover your purpose, the better. Like I said, we don't know sometimes the things that we do. They're actually pushing us towards where God wants us to be. And I will tell the young people, sometimes the way God works is different from the way we think. And sometimes we may be doing things that will connect us to our purpose.
Okay.
And we have many adults who have not yet discovered their purpose. So I will tell young people that as you do these things, sometimes blindly. You see, I normally use this book of Ruth and Naomi.
Yeah.
Ruth was following Naomi blindly. She just decided to follow.
Where you go, I will go.
As in, vitu zilikuwa ngumu. Akasema, despite of what you will go through, I'll go through with you. But you see, Ruth found her purpose. Because after Ruth followed Naomi, he met Obed. And then Obed married, So there's so many things that happens, when you just do something sometimes without many expectations. Somehow God always comes through for you, and He push you where you need to be.
Okay, so passion can be the drive, even if you're not having anything. Let passion drive you to where purpose,
Yeah.
your purpose is, and that makes a difference.
Yeah.
What about, there's been a lot of empowerment going on, but people wanasema kuna some sort of imbalance. I don't know what you think about it, or what your thoughts are towards it. Girl child empowerment versus boy child empowerment. Uko wapi hapo?
Kusema tu kweli, mavijana wamesaulika kiasi.
Boy child umesaulika.
As in, there's one pastor who was saying that one of our bishop, he had gone to Strathmore for graduation, and as in 5% were boys. 5.
Wow.
Even 3%.
The rest were ladies.
The rest were ladies graduating. And to be honest, it's good that our community is empowering young people, and especially girls. They're being empowered, which is very good. To me, I support it because our ladies, our girls have gone through a lot. But I think it's time that we also empower young men to step in. If you go to many churches, even in worship team, you'll find it is the ladies leading, and even in leadership, even church attendance. But I think it's important we start empowering young men, putting them on the front, telling them it's time for you to start leading. Yeah, to just make sure that they feel like, they're part of the society. Not that women are not, but I believe that men should also be empowered, especially boy child. Right now, they need to be empowered, yeah.
We bring back the balance.
Yeah.
Joto anasema watu wamecomplain sana tumekuwa empowered tukasahau boy child. Boy child, okay. Yeah. Before we finish up, what is the place of education and skills, building skills, because mtu atasema, I'm talented and everything, so nimefika mwisho, so let me drop out. I can go ahead and sing. I'm a musician after all, and musicians make money, So what is the place of education and building skills?
Yeah, for me, I will first say that education is important. As much as I struggled through my high school, and I started working before I went to university, I've come to understand that education can really help you a lot to, have knowledge about many things. Knowledge about many things. I know skill is important. Like, I was gifted by volunteering in different communities. But when I went to college, I started understanding that there are things that need to be done in certain ways. There are ways that you behave, and education is not just about what you gain from school.
Yeah.
But it helps you a lot to mature, know how to relate with people, think.
Soft skills.
Yeah, soft skills. So we have many people who are very skilled, but most of them sometimes they tend to say that I don't need education. But I keep on encouraging people, even if you're skilled, no matter how good you are, find some time and start going to school. Like, after I finished my first degree, I went and did Bible and theology and biblical studies to just have information on how to, do things well as far as serving as a pastor is concerned. So I did not just go out there and I'm serving out of knowledge. I'm doing everything with knowledge. Okay. So skills and education go together. But for me, I will encourage people to go to school. Don't ever underestimate the power of being in a classroom.
Okay. Kuna value. Unajua tunasema hizi vitu tulifundishwa shule zingine to apply, but there's some value we get when you go to school. The soft skills, as you've mentioned, and so many other things.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, now you being a pastor, there was a conversation that we were having of this topic that we were having with my co-presenters earlier on the regulation of churches. What do you think? What do you think of this?
Wow, it's tough. It's tough. 2 years or 3 years back, I saw how things were going in our country, and as far as many preachers coming up, I totally believe that God can use somebody without going to Bible school. If the anointing of God is upon your life, God can use you. But I saw how things were going we're having so many preachers coming on media, And I don't know. But sometimes I feel like people use, religion as a way to just think that they cannot be educated and all these things.
Yeah,
But
the
a few
next
years
case.
ago, I said that I will go back to school and start pursuing my master's program. The way things were going,
Yeah.
and when I was watching all these things that were happening and the government coming in and saying they will start regulating stuff, I was like, God, you spoke to me. Now I say, there's nothing wrong about the government coming in.
Okay.
As much as it's tough, especially for other men of God who are anointed and I know even more skilled, it's important for every man of God to be educated.
Yeah.
Some people think that going to Bible school is just about reading the Bible. We are taught how to communicate English.
Okay.
We are
There's
taught how
more
to
to
write
it.
better English.
Okay.
We are taught counseling and psychology. We are taught maths. We are taught how to write letters. So I believe that
Okay.
when men of God are educated, they are able to serve the society well and better. And you see, we are serving people who are educated in the society, people who are very learned in the society. Some of the people who come to our church are very knowledgeable. So if you are not educated, how will we be able to serve well and better? So I believe that people should be educated despite of the level of capacity that God has given them to serve.
Okay, that's very interesting coming from a pastor, which is a good thing. All right, so what is that one key thing that you'd want a teen or a youth who's listening in, who has been listening in the conversation, to take home from this conversation on matters empowerment, empowering themselves or being mentored, anything that you have, and then later on give your social media handles for those that want to reach you. This is your camera.
Okay. For me, I will tell the young people who are listening to me this morning, I value holiness. I value holiness. I know that people want me to talk about their gift and their talents, but I'll tell them that if you as a young person, whether you're a teen or a youth, desire to walk in holiness, in purity, you will go far in life. For me, I'll just encourage you, whatever you do in life, desire to walk before God in holiness. By you fearing God, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Many opportunities will come your way. Because you can have all these things in life, but later in life, if you didn't have good virtues, if you didn't fear God, what will happen? All these skills will go down. But the fear of God helps young people and helps God to actually, bless you in ways that you can never imagine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
for those who are watching me, my name is Philip. I don't know, I'm on Facebook sometimes. I don't know, I'm not that person who goes out there telling people about myself, but I just think that God has given me this opportunity to be here. And if you want to know more about me, you can come to KG Buruburu, or you can take my number 0722 59 15 49. I can come and talk to your youth. But I am not so much into so many things.
You're a simple person.
A simple person. I'm in Instagram, working with the youth. Speaking to the youth. Sometimes I'm on Facebook, sometimes WhatsApp, and my young people are teaching me to get into so many things.
Wow.
TikTok,
Lazima form. Being a youth pastor.
Lakini tu ni privilege na thank God nimepata. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. I love your humility and the fact that we got to hear on, on matters empowerment from a pastor. It's easy. People are usually, there's this perception that when you're in church, some sort of laziness is encouraged, that you don't need to work hard when you're in church. God will just do miracles and everything, but you need to take that step, initiative, and go out there, empower yourself, discover your potential, get mentors, and everything. Thank you very much for coming on board.
It's a privilege. Thank you.
All right. So that has been Philip Arunga, a youth mentor and also a pastor, talking to us about youth empowerment. I hope you have taken something from this conversation. The hashtag 2Youth is Why in the Morning at Y254 channel. Now we take a short break, and then Val will be back with youth and politics. You don't want to miss that hot discussion that will be coming up. All right. See you on the other side.
Y254. Imagine.
Nakufa.
Mtoto ya Pamela. Suda.